How do I introduce this?
Welcome to 1 Feet Apart.
Well,
This is a non-social distancing cystic fibrosis Q&A.
Today we're answering questions.
We're in a van down by the river.
We
literally are. There's a river right on the other side of this wood-paneled wall.
It's nice. It's a quality river.
9 out of 10 stars.
But anyways, we're meeting in real life for the first time. Well, yesterday was the first time.
Yeah.
Today's the... Well, it's still the first time because it never really ended. We did a video. Some people might have watched the video. A really long video back in like December over Skype.
And I talk too much. So I'm not going to talk a lot this time.
Right. He got a lot of criticism for talking too much, but I thought it was fine because I'm quiet, so...
Blame it on my mom and my dad. They talk a lot. And I just got the gift of gab from them.
I posted on my story and I said we would answer these questions. And they're kind of all over the place. Some of them are about CF, some of them are completely unrelated. For people that didn't watch our previous video, we both have cystic fibrosis. This is my only friend that I know with CF because I'm scared to be friends with most CF people because I'm afraid they'll die on me like all his friends did.
You know, probably everyone is going to watch that and be all sad, and I'm just over here laughing at it, and they're just like, wow, he's morbid.
We've both accepted death as a normal part of life because we've both almost died so many times that we're numb to it. Yeah,
you just get used to it for a while, and then you just start laughing about it and making normal people uncomfortable.
You want to start? Just pick a question.
Oh my god, he looks like Post Malone.
Like, I think a couple people said that. I don't see it. Maybe a little bit.
I don't see it at all.
You need more face tattoos.
Right? And the ability to be musical. Alright, it's top 3 things you can do now that you thought you wouldn't be able to do before Trikafta.
I can run, and I can... What else can I do?
Breathe.
Breathe. Why are you so far away? You're not even on
I'm trying to slide over. It's just, we're just kind of on an incline, so...
So run, breathe. I've been trying to learn how to sing, but not well. But I thought since I have more lung capacity, I could at least try. It's not going very well, but it's better than it used to be.
I don't know about for you, but for me, like sleeping on my back, even though I get sleep paralysis,
Me
like
too.
I used to not be able to sleep on my back at all. Like if I laid down, I would feel like I was suffocating.
Yeah, me too.
It was a fun time. Like whenever I'd go to get surgeries or anything, they'd literally lay me down and they'd have to put like some prop under my head before they put me out, or else I'd just be there just suffocating, coughing.
Yeah, it's nice to be able to breathe now.
Yoga's a lot easier now.
Yeah, I've been doing yoga like almost every day. Because I can actually take deep breaths now.
Yeah, dude, like, because you know at the end of yoga, when you have, what is it called, like Tadasana or something like that? Like at the very end where you just lay flat on your back and breathe. We were in Florida one time. Me and my friend Mark went to a yoga class, and it came that time, and it was hot in there. This is way pre-Trikafta. Dude, they put me flat on my back, and it's supposed to be a very serene and
but
peaceful
you just start
time.
coughing.
Dude,
I've
just
been there.
start coughing, and everyone
totally
like just starts
understand.
sitting up out of their poses, looking at me.
But it's like, it's so hard to hold it back, because you like try not to cough, but then it just like comes out, and otherwise you just like die.
It almost, people have asked me, they're like, what are you laughing at? But it would be, you're doing that cough thing where you're like, and you just start turning red and purple. You're like, what's so funny? It's like, just nothing. Just, please don't speak to me. Oh, and on that, the same thing of what I can do now and try to laugh. Because usually when I would laugh, like, because I can like belly laugh now and I don't, nothing happens.
I used to start laughing and then go into a coughing fit for like 5 minutes, and so it kind of ruined the whole vibe.
Yeah, it got to the point where I just quit laughing. Like, I would kind of be like, huh, or like barely, because if I started laughing and then it just hurt, and then I'd be coughing forever.
Yeah, right? Now I laugh at everything just because I can. Okay, well, this is a not CF related one. Your favorite tattoos on each other. I haven't even looked at your tattoos. I don't know why I picked that one.
I know, right? I don't know all of yours either. Just start stripping down on the thing. People are like, wow, that got intense quick.
How did you guys meet? The internet. Because I saw your 5 feet apart video. I don't remember what happened after that. Did I message you or something?
I don't know, because I remember I followed you, because everyone started hitting me up. They're like, do you follow Steffi Lee? She's got like dreads, and she travels a lot. And they were like, I feel like you'd get along with this lady, Heather, Because she's the one she commented on Facebook. She was like, "Oh my God, I just screamed. You guys finally met." She was the one who was like, "You have to like talk to her." And I don't know if I reached out to you or you reached out to me.
I have an Odessa song stuck in my head. It's like do 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 do. You know that one?
Wait, what? I'm reading the questions and I just hear you start singing. How do you cut a grilled cheese?
Well, that depends on your mood. But usually I kind of like to cut it like so it's the two triangles because I feel like the two rectangles doesn't taste as good.
That wasn't the real question I chose, but thank you for answering that.
I only like vegan grilled cheese though because cows are nice. I don't want to hurt them. Have you ever hung out with a cow before? They're really intelligent. I'm pretty sure they're tripping all the time and that's why mushrooms grow in their poop. They're just like big puppies.
Yeah. They're field puppies.
Yeah, field puppies.
See, there's like a bunch of questions about the same thing, so I might as well answer it. And it all pertains to like, this one said, "Did you guys stay 6 feet apart? Or are you both chill about it?" Not saying that others aren't. Someone else asked, "You're not scared of being around each other because of Trikafta now, and why do CF people have to stay apart?" So it's kind of all the same question. But.
Yeah, well, people with CF are supposed to stay apart, at least before Trikafta came out, because we can, like, give each other infections through breathing.
Yeah, like people with CF have bacteria that normal people can't get. Like, most people know of, like, what MRSA is, but you think of MRSA as, like, the skin MRSA, but we can get it in our lungs. Then you have, like, Cepacia, which is a bad one. Microavium bacteria. I think that's how that's MAC, the abbreviation for that.
Yeah.
Something like that. And then Pseudomonas and all that. And technically we still are supposed to stay 6 feet apart even after Trikafta, but it's one of those things where it's kind of what she was saying earlier and how we were talking about the whole like just being comfortable with death type of thing. If I always ask people before I hang out with them with CF, like, are you cool? Do you want me to wear a mask? And all that kind of stuff. But it's just one of those things where it's like a personal decision, you know? Like, people will look at someone with CF hanging out with another person with CF, and they just get really pissed. It's like, how dare you do that? And I'm like, dude, life's too short to dwell on, like, stupid stuff like that. If we're both cool with it, it's not like we're like
die, at least we die together.
Right? And it's not like, I mean, we don't really cough anymore or do anything now. So back in the day, I could see to where, like...
If one of us was, like, super sick, then I would understand.
Nah.
But neither of us have a cough right now or anything. So I think we'll probably survive this interaction.
Yeah. And if we don't, at least I got to meet international YouTube sensation Steffi Lee. Can mark that off. Put that on my headstone if I don't make it through this.
I got to meet international YouTube sensation Cystic 1.
It's like a slut, like golf claps.
I wish I was as cool as you. When I grow up, I'm gonna be just like you. Are hot dogs a form of taco? What? I guess they are kind of like tacos because they got like the bun, but a bun is not the same as a taco shell, so I'm not sure where you're going with that question, Carl, but this might be a controversial question for some people, but it says, do you believe in any religion? We were talking about this yesterday. Particularly in the South, religion is very prevalent, I guess. There's churches everywhere, but you kind of realized at a young age that it wasn't something you believed in. Is that right?
Yeah, I was raised Pentecostal, so for anyone who's not familiar with the Pentecostal branch of Christianity, it's basically everything in the Bible goes. And you know, they speak in tongues, you can't cut your hair, you wear denim skirts. But for me, it's one of those things where if you are religious and it helps you, no matter what your religion is, no matter what you believe in, and you don't push it on others and it makes you a better person, I'm all for it. But I grew up in this Pentecostal church to where everyone thought they were the most holy things on the planet. But if you came in and you were any color but white, if you were gay, if you were not like a straight white Christian, dude, they just talk so much shit and like horrible things about people behind their back. And the whole not being able to ask questions, because like, we don't question God. When you grow up in hospitals and you see like little kids dying and things like that happen, it's just really... it makes it really hard to believe there's some all-caring entity out there. And that's not saying anyone who believes in it, like, you're bad or anything. It's just, me personally, no. I think there's, like, I just believe in being a good person. I think there's something out there, but I don't think it's anything that anyone's ever written down in a book, basically.
Yeah, I don't think anybody can really know. I feel like maybe there's something controlling this, but I don't want to put a label on it because I don't know. I don't know anything.
Exactly. That's how I am. I preach that I don't know. And nobody knows. You can You can say all you want. I know this is what happens when we die, but you don't.
Yeah.
What is something you find unique and cool in each other? What are you doing with Are you playing patty cake? I just caught it like out of the corner of my eyes. It's like, oh, we're just gonna play patty cake now.
Do you ever play Miss Mary Mac?
Wow, you just brought like a memory out of the back of my head I forgot was there.
We would always play it on the school bus, me and my friends. We were really cool.
Well, I was homeschooled, so I didn't have a school bus.
Oh, lucky you. School was awful. You weren't missing out.
I just maybe would play with my mom. That's about it, 'cause she was my teacher.
Wait, what was the question?
What's
something you find unique and cool in each other? I don't know. There's not really much that's cool about you.
I don't know.
I'm kidding. You have cool tattoos. I like your shoes. And
Dig deep now.
I think the reason that we get along is because we both have a similar perspective on life, because we've almost died so many times and we have the same illness. And we've basically been through the same thing with this drug that came out that's like basically cured us, and now we're both having an existential crisis 24/7. Not that we weren't before, but now it's weirder because we're not dying.
Right? Dude, that is true. I think that's why like I've always gravitated like towards you and wanted to like meet you and hang out with you, because we're like the same in a lot of ways with like traveling and just our stories and how we are. And a lot of people with CF, or even though they have CF, and this is not any sort of diss towards the CF community before everyone comes after me, even though they probably will anyways because it's the internet. But a lot of people, they kind of just accept things as they are, you know? They're just like, okay, that's it. But I just question everything, and I'm like, what's the reason, and what can I learn from this? What can I learn from having CF? How can I take having CF and what I've been through with CF and kind of put it out to the world and maybe make a positive change? Whereas a lot of people just complain, and they're just like, life, this is the worst thing ever. CF's the worst. Life sucks so bad. And yeah, it does. Like, I know a lot of people with bad thing, like with CF, like they struggle, but there's always someone out there who has it worse. So you got to try to find like kind of your heaven, someone else's hell in a way.
Yeah. I feel like CF makes you appreciate things more, or at least for me.
Just kind of like how we were just talking, like just being able to laugh. Like people do that all the time. They've been doing it their whole life. They don't know what it's like to like.
Yeah, they don't have the same perspective.
Yeah, it's just like it's little things that so many people just overlook because they're so used to it. Even just like the trees, grass, and all that. They don't really see it for what it is because they're just, you know, I go to work, I make money, I pay bills, like just the usual stuff. And shit, I haven't thought about the future and going to work and paying bills until Trifecta came out, and now I'm just like, oh, I gotta worry about credit. And
now we're like, shit, what do we do? We're not gonna die anymore. I mean, we're gonna die eventually, but we're not gonna die at age 30.
Right? We don't have any skills.
Yeah, for real. Like, I have to start thinking about the future. I didn't have a future before, so this is weird.
Like, I had to do a crash course in like how to build up credit and all that. I'm like, how do I get a credit card? How does any of this work?
And like thinking about having a house or something someday. Like, that's kind of why I built this van. I mean, this is just my temporary house until I get tired of it, I guess. But like, I never thought I would build a van before because I didn't think it would be worth all the effort because I was just gonna die. But now,
but now it's badass.
Yeah.
Why do both of you guys love tattoos so much?
Well, like you were saying yesterday, you kind of started getting tattoos because you were like, fuck it, I'm dying, who cares, right? That's kind of how I was too. Also, I just appreciate it as an art form.
I mean, I've always liked them. Growing up, I was telling her, I used to tell family all the time, I'm like, I'm getting tattoos. I'm getting a ton of tattoos. And I always got hit with, it's just a phase. You're not going to get tattoos. It's just a phase. First tattoo I ever got was on my face. Second one was my hand. So I was like, let's go big or go home. And ever since then, I don't know. I love them because they tell a story. Because when I first started getting tattoos, like the first one didn't really have much meaning. I just got it because it was cool. But then after that, I was like, I want them to have meaning. But now I'm kind of back towards like, I have a lot of tattoos that they don't mean something. Like they're not some deep thing. But whenever I got them, they have meaning over time because it attaches itself to a memory. Like like this lightsaber that I have on my hand here. I don't know if you guys can see that, but lightsaber right here with Darth Vader. That's probably like my favorite tattoo of all of my tattoos because my friend Erin, who had CF, she took me out on my birthday and she got a tattoo and then she bought me this tattoo and she passed away 5 years ago. So it like was one of those that became like, it was just a lightsaber just to do it for fun. And now it's like my
it's
favorite
special.
thing. And I have some on my leg, but I can't show them because my pants are too tight because I've gained a lot of weight on Trikafta. So now I basically wear skinny jeans because I don't want to go buy new pants.
I'm glad I'm not the only fat one now. We're both fat because of Trikafta.
Right, God, it's crazy.
But at least we're not dying anymore, so there's that.
True. I think someone asked a question on there of like big differences of like life before like the meds and all that, and that's probably one of the biggest ones for me is like
The weight gain.
the weight gain, because
Yeah.
I'm 5'7", and I've always teetered. Like growing up, I was super underweight, and then once I got kind of past 18, adult wise, it was like I always stayed like 130. I would occasionally get bigger than that. Like I would get these spurts where I seemed to be super healthy, and I would gain weight and I'd all be good, and of course you'd get sick and it'd all go away.
Yeah.
But it was a struggle because you had to get 3,000 to 4,000 calories a day to
Yeah.
get that progress. And especially working out, like in the gym, then you have to get even more. And
Yeah.
now it's like I eat a salad and I gain 15 pounds.
Same. But I'm so used to eating so much, and now I have to learn how to eat like a normal person, and it's hard.
Right? It's hard to turn your brain off after your parents have been
Yeah.
cramming it in your face. Like for dinner, they're like, here's 2 whole boxes of mac and cheese for yourself. And now
Yeah.
you eat that and you're just like, oh, titties. That's what these are.
I just look like I'm pregnant all the time, but it's fine.
Dude, that's me. I told you, I'm like the melting snowman. Like, look at that.
That's what I look like.
That
too,
is a
though.
lot. You got tattoos and stuff though, so people are just like,
So.
oh, that's rad.
You have tattoos too.
Not on my belly.
Well, you
It's
should
just
get one.
just naked.
I have a penguin.
Yeah, I have nothing. Look at that. I just have a gut, just a massive gut.
You gotta get a tattoo.
His belly
on
button
it.
lint. Let's just cover that back up.
Get a raccoon, because you said you like raccoons. Get a giant raccoon face on your stomach. I would do
I
that.
don't know if I like raccoons that much to get a giant raccoon face.
Oh, okay.
Just a whole raccoon face. Just looking at you.
Will you both hike together now? We kind of did that yesterday. Well, if you could call that a hike. We drove up a very large mountain that took like an hour to get up, and then we climbed a hill that was small, but it was cold and kind of miserable, but the view was really pretty.
Bro, that hill was treacherous.
But
Like, cause it started out on a gradual incline, a little steeper, and then it just goes like whomp. And you're like having to lean forward and pull your whole body. And it was kind of cool though, because I haven't hiked a ton post Trikafta. So my lungs were fine yesterday. I was like, man, I can breathe so good. My legs and just my general fatness was not fine. I was like, oh man, now I'm just out of shape.
I was having a fun time, except then I got cold and my feet froze.
Bro, you were faster than everybody. I mean, you just shot straight
Well,
up,
because
and
I
I'm
was
just like,
cold,
damn.
so I was trying to not be cold anymore by moving, but then I was still cold. Would you guys ever travel together in the future? I don't know. If you would ever travel with me, then yes.
As long as she would agree to let me do most of the driving.
What?
Yes.
What do you mean? I'm a great driver. Except for yesterday.
okay.
Except for yesterday. I was having a moment. Not a very good one. When we got to the hiking spot, I tried to park, but this van is quite large, quite larger than Kevin, my Prius. So I wasn't using my brain very well, and I tried to park in this spot, and I hit both cars that were next to the spot, and that I got stuck, and everyone was looking at me, and I was sweating, and no one will let me live it down, basically.
It was funny though. I was in the passenger seat, and I was just like, oh, okay, this is what's happening. What does it mean to know someone who has the same experience of something that rare, meaning CF?
It's cool. I like relating to people.
It's rad because it's just with CF or any sort of rare illness, people can read all they want about it and you can watch vlogs on it and all that, but you don't really get it unless
Yeah.
you've been through it. Especially now, post Trikafta, and it's like,
Yeah.
I thought it was hard to meet people before, like, especially like relationship wise, because it's like, man, people don't want to deal with this and the whole dying young thing and all that. I was like, no one wants to deal with that shit. Now, post Trikafta, it's like they see me and I'm basically normal because I don't do any treatments, don't don't cough, don't go in the hospital, but I have all the emotional and all the mental things that still have stuck with me with CF.
Yeah.
And so it's even harder now to explain, like, listen, I'm not sick now, but I used to be sick, and I'm kind of fucked up from that.
But, like, when you meet new people, they don't really get it because they didn't see you when you were sick.
Yeah, they don't understand, like, now it would be weird now to, like, for another person if I busted out, like, a nebulizer or something, whereas back in the day, everyone was just used to it. Even thinking about it now, it's like you go into existential mode, and you're just like, oh, no, life is strange.
I'm not very good at ending videos. Got anything to say to the people?
Thanks for letting me be on your channel. I hope I didn't talk too much this time.
You're so insecure
Sorry.
about that.
You talk way more in person, though. I feel like on our Skype thing,
I'm awkward on Skype because it, like, glitches out sometimes, and, like, I feel like you need to see someone's body language to really communicate with them, and it's hard to, like, see that over Skype.
You need to see my hands flailing around as I talk.
But this was better than our Skype video, so...
Yeah, in person. Finally got to meet the collaboration that apparently a lot of people wanted, according to the internet.
My first CF friend. If you want to follow Morgan, his channel is linked below. I'll put it there.
It's everywhere online. At Cystic One, TikTok,
Cystic
YouTube, Instagram, all the things. I don't change it because I would forget it.
He has a very similar story to me in regards to CF, so if you watch his videos, you might get some deja vu or something. If you've seen my videos on it, it's basically the same thing, but from his perspective.
We're very, it's weird thinking about it because we are very similar. That's why everyone was like, y'all guys gotta do stuff together. Well, here we are.
We did it.
I even had dreads at one point. That was
twins.
a long time.
And you should get them again and then we'll really be twins. Okay, bye.
Later.